Morning, Phil. From Rome, yeah. Good morning, Captain. Carly, how you doing? Good to see you all. Well, let's smash this today. Not a lot moving at the moment, so we'll just wait for whatever to happen. S&P 500 is down on the day. So the question I'll put to you guys is: will it make a will it respond and make a return back up to the yesterday's closing price? Slightly red day yesterday on the markets, but if you look at this on the 5 minutes, it's nothing to get concerned about. I don't think we're still within this kind of range here. So let me just draw a couple of parallel lines here. Ooh, a bit of an arch. Yeah, so currently in that channel. That's the SPY. We'll see how long it stayed in that channel on the daily. Morning, Jutawan. Hey, Spears, how are you? Not much happening in the way of the overall market. A couple of pop and drops, but nothing really worth considering for a trade just yet. Okay. Oh, that was a quick pop-up. Not a lot moving at the minute, guys. Kind of one of those days, I think. Hey, Kim. Hey, Jack. Oh, it's no suit. It's just a jacket. I've had the door open for the pooch to be going in and out of off the balcony. There you go, Kim. Jack's slacking. Slumming it. Yeah, it might do. It's looking like it's got some volatility, but I'm not going to I'm not going to wait on it, quite frankly. Let's have a quick look. We're getting some of these CJJD. Someone must have to have a look at. It's a low price stock. It's below what I normally trade. Let's have a look at why it's moving. China Jojo drugstores. Well, that doesn't fill me with a great confidence, just the name of it. So China Jojo drugstores announced the termination of the previously proposed registered direct offering. There you go. That's why that's moving. I wouldn't say that's a particularly strong catalyst, but I've seen things go parabolic on less. Not at all, Alistair. Not at all. I do have a meeting this evening with the Benzinga guys, but apart from that, no. Up my channel, up market, hardly. But yeah, we can talk. Oh dear, Jack. That's not an image that we want. Hey, Vols. Morning, Frederick. Good to see you guys. You're all very welcome. So pot pie looks like it's got a bit of a push as well this morning. It's not got great volume right now, but it's trying to make a comeback. Pretty much, user with the Netflix. Pretty much maxed my buying power on Netflix. Not quite. I took I had 1,500 shares at the peak, but which was pretty much my max buying power. I was kind of ranging between 500 and 1,000 shares because it was like $300 a share, and I was only getting 2x leverage. So yeah, I was at like between 500 and 1,000 shares, but I was getting 2x leverage from. That's the overnight margin I can get is 2 times. Shut up, Alistair. I'm planning on going green and getting green and staying green. I don't know why I'm looking at this one. I'm not going to be trading it, but somebody in the Discord shouted out CJJD. I think the only connection to CJJD is all the beef I ate in the 90s with mad cow disease. So yeah. Oh, that's a secret. I'm not allowed to disclose that, Jakinya. A little bit more than that, actually. So my equity position is a little bit more than that before that trade yesterday. And it's substantially more now after that trade. Well, actually, no, it's about the same because I didn't really make much of it across the course of the day. It's like $500. So $500 is $500. I'm not going to sneeze at it. They serve a purpose. So the likes of Top Step. So the thing with Top Step, what would be greater is if Top Step there's more options. There used to be a lot more prop firms that would allow you to trade equities. Now it seems to be all futures and forex. But a lot of them, Top Step's probably one of the better ones actually. But a lot of them are just scams. The challenges are just impossible to complete. They don't give you the ability to manage your risk accordingly in order to hit the challenge. And they don't carry the full order book either. That's another thing. And they control your spreads. So you're at a bit of a loss straight away. So you have to be absolutely on point to get funded on one of those funded trader programs. So, but Top Step's probably one of the better ones. And if you've got a strategy, if you've got a good strategy to trade for trading futures, then Top Step's a good one to try out. And it's a great way to actually, even if you don't get funded, it's a great way to actually trade on the market with a chance of trading real money. Without risking huge amounts of your own equity. You get the chance to actually trade a decent sized account without yeah, I'm just kind of watching that kind of 130. There's a bit of a seller wall at 130, 129, 130. Actually the level 2 stacked both on bids and ask, so I'm not too I wouldn't be too worried about this breaking above 130. It's I mean, the level 2 is pretty stacked. Hey, Black Eagle. Am I going to trade this? If it gets over $2, I might, but no, I've got rules in place, and my advice to everybody is you have your strategy and you stick to it. Now, I'm not the best at doing that. I deviate from a strategy way too much, and guess what? I usually lose when that happens. So this is moving up. It sold off hard yesterday, by the way. It sold off very hard yesterday. Yesterday it was a $4 stock, so for $4.50. So there's a chance that it might just bounce back. If it does, then I'll trade it. Once it gets over $2, I'll be trading it. It's stacked, not is a stack. So the level 2 is stacked. It basically means there's a lot of people trading it with big size. So, and you kind of expect that with these low price stocks. So right now there's a 13,000 seller there. There's like 5,000, 7,500, 10,000 seller, all on the sell. But over on the buy-in, there's someone buying 25,000 shares, someone buying 15,000 shares. So it's heavily stacked. The level 2 is heavily stacked on both sides. That's what I mean. It's stacked because there's a lot of sellers and the buying in big size. Buying and selling in big size. Yes, Black Eagle, I managed to get green. Well, technically I got green. I made $500 in the end. But in reality, I lost nearly 2,000. So the trading Netflix got me green. I did 19. Yeah, no, just shy of $19,000 in profit trading Netflix on earnings. So that they had the offering yesterday, and then they've withdrawn it. This happened. I can't remember which stock it was off the top of my head. Can anyone remember what that did this? They withdrew the offering, and then the stock rallied, and then they hit the market with the offering anyway. It was like really shady business. That happened about a week or two ago. I can't remember who it was that did it though, off the top of my head. Somebody on this channel that got caught in that as well. Yeah, so just be careful. If there was an offering there, that's why I believe that's why they announced an offering. I believe that's why it tanked yesterday. Look, don't apologize for not knowing something. That's the whole point of asking questions. Morning, Lisa. No, it doesn't mean it's going to trade in a tight range. It means that it's going to trade on huge volume is what it's going to do. Let me just have a quick look at mad cow disease here. China Jojo drugstores. CJD. Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. And get this, okay, so I've lived in Ireland for like 20 years now, and they still won't officially allow me to donate blood because I lived in the UK in the 90s because of my risk of CJD. I think and there's a shortage of blood donors, so it's like, did I ever live in the UK during this period? No, I'll donate blood anyway. Yeah, so yesterday it announced a 7 million registered direct offering. Okay, today they've announced the termination of the previously proposed registered direct offering. So this went from $4 all the way down to kind of literal pennies yesterday, and it finished yesterday closed out at 67 cents. It went down as far as 61 cents, but it closed out yesterday at 67 cents. It opened at 324, just to put that out there, and it just sold off. So yesterday, the day before, it actually was a $4 stock. It closed on, what day are we? Wednesday. It closed on Monday at 477. So there's a huge gap to fill here. There's a big potential on this one. CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. It's mad cow disease. It's the human equivalent to BSE, bovine, whatever it is. CJD is the human equivalent of mad cow disease. And apparently, if you eat contaminated beef from a mad cow, you can subsequently develop CJD in later life. That's what they say. Where is it that I'm from? Well, I'm based here in Ireland, but I was in the UK originally. No, Alistair, I think you're saying what you're mistaken is that your ex-wife was a mad cow. It's not the same thing. Was what last week, Calvis? Unfortunately, Carly, that 19k would have been a lot better if I hadn't gone 25k down in the first place about this time yesterday. So, you know, It is what it is. Pot pie today, I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. Let's have a look at pot pie today. No volume at the moment. That's what's missing with pot pie. It's held in most of it. It had that really good run up on Monday, and it's held most of its gains since then. I had a couple of spurts yesterday, particularly at the back end of the day, which is where I lost money on this at the open yesterday, and then I made a little bit back. I was about 40. Well, I made half of it back. I was about over $14,000 down on pot pie yesterday, and I made 7,000 back. So I'll show this on the 60 or 15 minute, you'll see it better. So I lost on this piece here, and then I made it back on this, but I didn't make it all back. I made half of it back there. So I also lost on a couple of others yesterday. I can get rid of these lines actually, but that's pot pie from yesterday. Calling it pot pie because that's the affectionate name we've come up with it from yesterday, and it's Petrus Pharmaceutical. That's right, Nightball. Well said. It was last month. It was a couple of weeks ago. ONCS. They announced an offering and then they withdrew the offering. The price went up and they hit the market with the offering anyway, regardless. So just be careful. If this gets back up to kind of $3, $4, there's nothing stopping them doing that themselves. Yeah. Well, I know what that. Yeah. We know which bad meat you're referring to, Alistair. Well, technically it is. Once I've got permission, once I've got the registration there, technically it is. Now, the publicist might push it out that they've submitted a... it all depends on what time frame they're looking at, but if they submit the request to withdraw and then they hit the market with the offering in the meantime before that's processed, there's nothing wrong with that. Why do you think they pull an offering? So, because the stock price. Let's go back to CJJD, the mad cows. Where are you, mad cows? Okay, CJJD here. So this is the 15-minute chart. So they announced the offering pre-market yesterday, and the price just absolutely tanked. Okay, so it went from over $4, $4.50 down to like 60 cents. So it lost like 85–90% of its value. It was shocking. Is what you would call it. So it lost about 90%, 85–90% of its value, of its market cap, by announcing that offering. So rather than hitting the market with an offering at $4, that meant that they would be hitting the market with an offering at 60 cents, which just wouldn't have brought in the revenues for them. So of course they're going to withdraw it. So now we've got a kind of a 131 here. So if you look at this here, we've got that's a vertical. I don't want a vertical. What do I want a vertical for? Who uses a vertical line on a chart? Horizontal line. You can see here we've got resistance there at kind of 130. There's a resistance at the 130 level. So, funnily enough, it's just met that resistance here. So it would have formed this resistance stroke support at the kind of the 120, 130 range yesterday, when it was selling off. And resistance very often becomes support. Support very often becomes resistance. So it became support at like 120. It became resistance at 130, and that's where we're at the moment. So you'll find it's going to find it difficult to get over that. And when it does, the next key level is going to be 150, the $0.50. and then there's a big gap up. Nice window to take advantage of there. It's not so much why do they need it. The whole point of putting a secondary offering out to the market is because your company is garbage. You won't get companies like Microsoft or Tesla or Nvidia or you won't, they won't be putting a secondary offering. Very rarely do you get big companies, reputable, solid companies putting out a secondary offering. It's very rarely happens. What you tend to find with those companies, they'll do a stock split. So they will split one share into 5 shares or one share into 3 shares or whatever it is to make it more affordable to the average Joe or whatever it is. But they're not diluting the flow. So that's what. So that's what I would say with and these garbage companies at this level, CJJD. It's a garbage company because it's not making any money on its regular business. So what it's looking to do is sell additional shares, dilute the float, sell additional shares, because any shares that are sold on the stock market after that initial offering, they're not making any money from. So they can only make money on additional shares that they sell directly themselves. So the news on this is they've withdrawn a secondary offering. They announced a secondary offering yesterday, and the price tanked. So they've just withdrawn that secondary offering, and now it's looking to move up. So if it gets over $2, I'll be interested. But right now, probably not something I'm going to be trading. Yeah, they very often do that. They'll put out a wishy-washy news article that sounds good to push the price up, so they can hit the market with an offering as well. It's common practice. I mean, Top Shipping, for example, has a secondary offering every 6 to 9 months. It's notorious for it. We're not trading commodities here, Kenzum. Just equities. Yeah, it's moving because they've withdrawn a secondary offering. Like I said, Kenzan, we're not, A, we don't give stock picks. B, we don't give signals. C, not a financial advisor. D, I'm not trading commodities. I'm trading equities, stocks and shares. Sorry. So I'm not, we're not talking about gold or any other precious metals or crypto, Bitcoin or anything like that. We'll talk about it later, but Yeah, Luna has news of a joint venture with another company. It's a space contract with the whatever it is. But Luna, so let's have a look at Luna. I did call that out earlier on the Discord. It moved up massively on the news last night. It's been kind of moving sideways since then. If you look at it on the 5 minute, you see news came out. It's moving on the 5 minute. It's actually down, but after the bell, it's not great volume per se. It's slightly above average, but it's up 20%. So Luna, put this into context. Luna has got form for making big moves. So this went up to over $130 back in February. So on very low volume at the time. So you can, and then it had another little pop there back up to like $20 early March. So this could move. It's worth keeping. I've put it on the watch list. It's worth keeping on watch. I'm not saying it's going to move. I'm not saying it's worth trading or anything like that. But it's certainly worth keeping on the watch list. Yeah, Bolts. That's what I've been looking at. Everything on my scanners at the moment is very cheap. I mean, Vine popped up and then pulled back. We had another one just went up and actually went up like 30% and then came back and went red on the day. So what the earth the hell was that? Yeah, but look, that's news. The Luna, it's news. Don't trade the news, trade the price action. The market can react negatively to whatever news. Okay, don't expect the market to react positively to what you perceive as good news, because it might do the exact opposite. The market can be irrational. Just remember that. And it can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. And it will stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So half an hour to the bell. Half an hour to the open. The only thing that's really moving that I'm seeing, well, we had a look at Western Alliance making a little bit of a move. Yeah, so we've got CJJD, the smaller, low price stock. If that can make it move up to $2, I might be interested. We've got Vine, we've got Luna, we've got Western Alliance on the banks. The problem at the moment that if you've got a smaller account, so just putting this out there, it's not going to be a problem for me if I see things moving. A lot of what's moving at the moment doesn't have any leverage. It's they're considered high risk stocks. So, I mean, it depends on your broker. So, the broker that I'm with is not granting any leverage on the likes of Luna or Western Alliance or Metro Bank or anything like that. So, we'll see. I think it is moving. So, FRC, let me have a quick look at FRC. I know PacWest is moving in sympathy. So Western Alliance had its earnings last night. So it's up. So it's not up huge. First Republic's up kind of 2.5%. We've got Western Alliance at the moment. It's much more expensive stock. Let's get rid of all these lines. They're distracting. Western Alliance is up 22%. But then you've got some other of the regional banks that are moving with it. So Metro Bank is moving up in sympathy with it. It's not great volume, but it's moving up in sympathy with Western Alliance. You've got PacWest moving up in sympathy with Western Alliance after hours yesterday when they had the earnings, and then just kind of sideways at the moment. So there's volatility. It's just taking advantage of it that you've got to. Yeah, Vine popped up. Didn't really do much. Came back down just as quick. Below the VWAP now. Yeah, buy the dip. That's probably the best thing to do. Just sit on your hands and wait for the right stocks to present themselves. It's a red day on the markets at the moment. Yes, there is an IPO today. Let me just I called that out earlier. UCAR. It's not. So this is UCAR. It's not priced yet, but it's slated for today. Not sure if what time it's due to hit the markets, but UCAR is the one that's the IPO that's slated for today. It's called UPower. Is the company. UCAR, there you go. Yeah, it's no point taking a trade just for the trade's sake. It's probably best to sit on your hands and wait. Yeah, Kyle, I'm not sure it will. I think Pac West has got earnings. Western Alliance having a dip. Let's have a quick look at Western Alliance. Yeah, I'm not sure I wouldn't consider that a dip. I mean, it's dropped. Granted, it's dropped kind of 80 cents, but it's just ranging at the moment. So I wouldn't say this is a bit of a dip. A dip would be down here, kind of $38, but it's just ranging sideways at the moment. It's in a kind of a $1.50 range between $38.50 and $40. So it's up. It's above the VWAP. It's green right now. Yeah. Went yesterday. It moved big, low volume, and I lost money on it. Had very volatile, and I tried to chase the momentum. And this is something that I tell everybody, all my students, I'll say, don't chase momentum. Wait for the consolidation. Don't chase them. And what did I do yesterday? I chased the momentum. So I'm as guilty as any other trader out there. Should you buy the bid and sell the ask? If you want to, you'll get you're adding liquidity, but you might not get filled. It depends. If you're if the stock price is moving up, selling the ask is a good idea. If it's moving down, buying the bid is a good idea. So the price action will move to you. So you will add liquidity by doing that. So if you've got your, you might want to set your hotkeys or hot buttons up so that you've got the option of doing it either way. But you can, the likelihood is you won't get filled right away. So if you're an upwards moving stock, then selling the ask is fine. But if you wanted to get out, you're not going to sell the ask. It'll leave without you. So if it starts pulling back and you want to get out, selling the ask is just going to leave you behind. What just happened there? Bit of an issue here. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Just give me a second. Bit of a gremlin. Where's mine? What's going on here? Oh, what's going on here? Just had a bit of an issue with the connection. Look, we'll get to the bottom of that. Right. Where was I? What platform am I using? Yes, Dash Trader and Zynga for the scanners. Hey, Robbie. Nice one. Good to hear it. Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah, I'm not. INDP didn't do anything. So we've got 15 minutes to the bell. Where's my scanners? Here we go. That threw me right off. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kyle. Yeah, CJJD is up at kind of 140, so if it gets to 150, we'll have a look. It is going bankrupt, that's why it's pumping. So Bed Bath & Beyond, let's have a look at this. Currently up 26%, but now it's a literal penny stock, you know? Yeah, I remember it in the 30s, $36 or something, Bed Bath & Beyond. Well, while we're waiting, let's have a look at my desktop here, shall we? This is Benzinga. So those of you that don't know, this is Benzinga, okay? And this is how I set up my my Benzinga scanners every single day. So just bear with me 1 second. So here we've got the gap scanner. Here we've got the momentum scanner. I've got the real-time scanner here, and we've got alerts. I've got volatility halt resumptions, and I've got rolling news. So this is what I'm doing on a daily. What I can see on a daily. So all right. Having a bit of a look. I'm going to end the stream. I'm having a few issues here, so I'm going to end the stream and come back later because I'm having a few gremlins here that I need to sort out. Okay, give me a moment. Give me 10 minutes.